Hey gang, um, good afternoon. So hey, I wanted to take a minute to touch base on the relaunch of my podcast and the name change. So I don't know, I kind of went on pause for a minute because like the state of everything right now has really been affecting me in an unknowing way. Like I've just been kind of out of it, kind of not really focused on anything really. Just been like kind of lost in thought, or almost as if I was like in a haze. But knowing that I needed to snap out of
In
this,
one
and I need
mile,
to snap out of it,
turn left.
and how important mental health is, like I just kind of tried to push through the haziness and try to get back on track. So I was kicking around some name ideas, and there was one that I kind of liked, and I kicked it to let's just say my advisory board, for lack of a better word, and they pointed out some things that I was not seeing at all, that could have been bad for me
In a
and for
quarter
this
of a
and for
mile,
this program,
turn
because
left.
all it takes is for one person to undermine why my focus is on fathers, or why my focus is on parental equality. All it takes is for one person to kind of give it a negative uh, tone or something like that. So I took their advice. I mean, he probably said I was kicking and screaming, but it's just because I was just like, it was a great play on words, in my opinion. But anyway, took their advice, and I went back to the drawing board, and I came up with D.A.D Dialect. And for
Turn
me, it
left.
was almost like, sorry for my GPS stuff, but for me, it was almost like a no-brainer, because you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking the language of fatherhood. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking on behalf of fathers. I'm speaking because I am a father. I'm speaking from the pain of fatherhood. I'm speaking from the pain of broken families. And so it was like, yeah, like, why not? So and I also changed the format, and I want to do it video as well as audio, because I want folks to be able to see the passion, as well as the pain, as well as the aggravation, as
In
well
one
as the
mile,
frustration,
exit right.
the sadness, the anger. And let's just stop there for a second, because let's face it, as a man, as a boy, you only have one, perhaps two, emotions that anybody ever identifies with, or not identifies with. Let's rephrase that. You only have one, maybe two emotions that anybody recognizes, or that the world would accept to recognize, and that's the number one. It's anger, because that's what we do. That's who we are. We don't know how to do anything else but get angry. So the other is
In a
probably
quarter of a mile,
to be
exit
horny.
right.
So, but without those two, there's really no other emotion that society, or that's socially accepted or identified um, by us,
Exit right.
and that's ridiculous. It's sad. So I'd like to be able to
In half
dispel
a
that
mile,
too, by
keep
showing that,
left.
okay, we actually, ooh, traffic, we actually do get
In a
angry,
quarter of a mile,
but
exit right.
that's not all we get. I mean, we get sad, we get lonely, we get scared, um, we get disheartened, We feel despair, like we feel lost, we feel a lot of things that we don't get to express, or that we don't get to explain either. So I'd like to be able to show that, so that people can kind of see, okay, that a look doesn't always mean someone's angry. A tone of voice doesn't always mean that someone's angry, especially men. It could mean that he's hurting. It could mean that he's in despair. It could mean that he's frustrated. It could mean that he's disheartened. It could mean a myriad of things. And we should be accepting of that. And we should be able to identify and recognize that men indeed do have feelings. We are human. We are flawed. And that's okay, because we're human, just like you. That's you, ladies, just like you. We're human. So yes, the format of this podcast, this video cast, will be that. So therefore, you can put a face to my voice, and you can put a face to the voice of my guests as we discuss and try to dispel the myths that are out there about fathers not wanting to be active, about fathers not wanting to be united or be equal to moms, rather. So that's the whole purpose of Dads Are Dope. I mean, it's what it stands for. D.A.D. Dads Are Dope. Dope. Dedicated and optimistic about parental equality. That's the purpose. That's the core goal, to have parental equality across the board. I mean, imagine how much happier our children, how much more productive our children could be if we had that, if parental equality was the norm. I mean, right now
In
there's
0.1 of a mile, exit right.
protesting and marching going on. I mean, you have the coronavirus, you have C-19 just mucking up everything. We're in the middle of a political war. I mean, this is election season, and with all that going on, we still have cops doing the wrong things. And with all that going on, we're trying to still make the noise that we need to make to show that fathers are here. Fathers aren't going anywhere. We want to be active. We want to be there. We want to not just do the part that you think we should do. We want to do the part that we are here to do. We want to be the co-parent. We want to be their father. So I hope you guys join the movement. I hope you guys take this ride with me while we help change the narrative. I have two sons that I would hate to end up in the situation that I've been in. I would hate to have them be divorced and all of a sudden be this part-time parent. I would totally hate that. So anyway, so that's the reason for the name change. That's the reason for the relaunch. So I hope you guys come along on this journey with me and learn some things, help teach me some things, and we change the world together. Dads are dope. Dads are dedicated and optimistic about parental equality. Podcast, videocast, D.A.D Dialect. Tune in. Peace, guys.